What is up, bitches
Bros.
and non-binary hoes? My name's Alexis,
My name is Marina.
and we are Impulse Anime, and we are a new podcast about all things anime.
We're also on YouTube.
Yeah, check us out.
Hi, YouTube land.
Anyways, so you might be asking yourselves, what is this podcast? What's the point? You guys are just going to be talking about anime. Like, what's the deal? Well, I'm glad you asked. You want to take it away?
Yeah, so we are two females.
Ignore that. I'm not going to edit it out. So.
We are two females living in the North Dallas area in Texas, and we met one day and I introduced Alexis to anime, and we decided we're really into anime and we needed a hobby. So
yeah, we haven't looked back since. She really did get me into anime. I'd heard so much about anime and I was just like, I don't think it's for me. And then she just convinced me somehow to start watching.
let's be real. I tied her to a chair and I was like, watch this.
Yeah, so, and here we are. We created this platform with the goals in mind to create kind of like a community where people can feel like safe and supported talking about like all things anime. We like some mangas here and there. I mostly watch anime. I don't really read manga like that, but
I used to read manga more than I do now. Back when anime was still slightly taboo, you couldn't really talk about it, be really open about it. That was when I was more into manga. Manga's just really hard to store. I don't have like a bookcase or anything like that.
You need like so many, like
like I've
so
seen
many
people's
mangas.
like their videos and their like storage setup, and people are like, show us how you did it. Like, what did you buy? Like, what are the dimensions and everything? And I'm like, I don't got time for that. We went to our first anime con a couple weekends ago and spent some serious money.
Yeah, you spent a lot more money than I did. I was pretty decent with my self-control. I was decent.
Okay, listen. Depression makes you do things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything, though. I love it all.
You got some really cool things. The most expensive things that she got were these cups, which we'll show on the YouTube at some point, I'm sure.
And if you are on the YouTube, peep the merch up here.
Yeah, all this artwork, some of it she got at some of the conventions that we went to, which is really dope. Like, some of it is digital, and then some of it is also a print. So, but this one is a really cool piece. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, then what are you doing? It sucks to be you. But basically, it's it's from My Hero Academia, Bakugo, and Deku. They are kind of facing off, like looking like they're about to punch each other. Do you want to like tell a little bit about I don't know if you can see it. You might not be able to pick it up on YouTube because it's quite far away.
Yeah, but we got some signatures from the voice actor of Bakugo and Deku. And we were really excited to meet them, so we got some signatures just to commemorate our first HeroCon, or not HeroCon, I'm sorry, AnimeCon. What?
It was specifically an MHA con, like a My Hero Academia convention.
Yeah, that's our number one. Not that we're trying to make this a My Hero podcast, but that is our, at least for now, number one anime.
Yeah, that was the anime that bonded us and created us into the friendship that we have now. We actually have matching friendship necklaces, which I'm wearing.
I'm not.
Somebody's not wearing it. And can you guess who the better friend is? I think you can.
She doesn't wear hers every day. That's not fair. I wear mine every day.
You're not wearing it now, so
I had to change.
Did you wear it to work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a good person like that.
Anyways, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about how you kind of got into anime, because you have been doing this a lot longer than I have. Like, you've been watching anime and everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's gonna help build our community too. I think the main thing that we're trying to do in this podcast is bring different types of people together. Me being somebody who's been into anime for a really long time. I can't even remember exactly what my first anime was. And then bringing in people that are new to anime and just started, what was it, November?
Probably, yeah.
November,
December. It had to be I think it was October, November-ish.
October, November. Okay, yeah.
2022. And it's currently March of 2023.
Yeah, so I think we're trying to broaden everybody's, idea of anime. And since now this is getting a lot more popular, we can actually do this kind of stuff and actually get, a decent amount of people listening and enjoying stuff like this because we really enjoy it. And I feel like we're going to be able to bring a slightly different perspective on things that helps everybody really understand why anime is so good and why everybody should just give it a chance. Like, sometimes it's just not your cup of tea, but if you just give it a chance, I feel like everybody can find somewhere in anime where it's really, really good, whether it's the art, sometimes it's the music, sometimes it's the characters and the storyline. Sometimes people think like anime is just like adult cartoons or something like that.
Like Family Guy and shit.
Yeah, which it's not, because I feel like the Asian culture has very, you know, different standards than we do on certain things. And I think it's really great to be cultured in that and like learn about that stuff. Cause like every other time like Alexis brings up something about, you're like, oh, why did they do that? Like that's so different. Like it's not what I see every day. And I have been in this for a long time. I have actually immersed myself as much as I can in the Asian culture. I have studied it. I've actually try to understand the culture and not just watch the anime and be like, oh, that's weird or different or not how we do it here in America. And it's like, because it's not made in America, it's made with Japanese, culture in mind. Because it's made by Japanese people with their culture, embedded into the show. And I feel like that's like a really great way of people to learn about the different, it's not just about America. I think this would be like a really great way to explain things to people who have not been into anime and want to get into anime, and explain like what is going on with why it's so important and why it's so interesting and why so many people are getting so interested in it all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of things about Asian culture that I really wasn't aware of, but that's how they did it, which like different countries are going to do things differently than our country. We're fortunate to live in a place where we have a lot of access to
a lot of diversity.
Yeah, we live in a place that's a lot of diversity, not only within like different Asian cultures, but we're also like there's a large Hispanic population where we're at. It's a really nice opportunity that we have here to kind of embrace different cultures, which I know that our podcast is mainly about anime and like exploring the Asian culture, which trust me, we'll do a lot. But I mean, we're also open, like if anybody's listening and they want a little bit of information about like different cultures or anything, we can do, the best that we can in trying to assist in education for the public.
Yeah. Not that I'm trying to say that I'm like the know-it-all, I know everything about Asian culture, but I've done my research. I like learning about the culture and immersing myself in the different aspects of it, whether it be the food, the art, the actual way that they live, and just how they are so traditional and specifically Japanese. That's what I've mainly focused my research on how much they have respect for not only like themselves but also like the things around them. That has always been like really interesting to me. Like you would never find like a Japanese person just like being like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like start a podcast and just like talk about this and whatever. Like no.
Really, I feel like nowadays, like I feel like I've seen a lot of. I literally see this guy. He is Japanese and he's on YouTube and he's like interviewing not only the Japanese people but also like foreigners that are coming there from like America, Australia, England, all of that. Like
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that the Japanese wouldn't do something like that, but I think the way that they would do it, they have so much respect for their craft. Like they would make it a craft. Like they would do all the research. They wouldn't be sitting here like this, like trying to figure out how to set up two mics like we were trying to do.
Yeah, we were really struggling.
They think about things like differently than we do, and I feel like the way that they have kept things like traditional and the way that their school systems is set up and their like whole economic system and culture is set up is just very much, I don't know, like a better way to live than the way that we live just
I'm-
as consumers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the like average like death rate or something in Japan is a lot. Like your average age of dying is a lot higher than like in America.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The crime rate is,
Lower literally in every other country, but we can talk about that another time.
I mean, but like in Japan, have you seen those videos of where people just like leave a purse or a backpack
Yeah, I've
like
seen that.
somewhere and nobody touches it?
People leave their babies in their strollers like outside.
Yes.
I forget which country it was, but I've seen it on TikTok, and they
I'm
literally
pretty sure
just
it's like Sweden or
yeah,
something.
it's like Sweden. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, it never happened here, literally ever.
So many people, like but I find that stuff like very interesting.
It's so cool for sure. Being
and
able
then
to
when it incorporates into anime as
Yeah.
well, and you get to see like that part of it of like where this is a fictional story, these are not real people, but at the same time you're like, but this is our culture and this is how we do things. And like, especially, you know, a lot of animes are set in middle school and high school, and it's really interesting to see the way that their school systems are set up completely differently than ours.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I think it's a lot better than ours. I mean, we have the worst school systems ever, but
Yeah, I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion or not, but I don't like the fact that it's always set in like middle school, high school. Can we get like college age? Can we get like the late 20s age people? Like,
yeah, it's very like, I mean, there's even, you know, people have talked about, you know, of like, oh, these are a handful of animes that are set in, you know, adult era.
Yeah.
And, you know, you might have some animes that have adults in them, but they're typically not the center point. The center point is typically the middle school / high school student.
One that I've watched actually recently, and I didn't finish it, but it's Salaryman's Club. And they're adults like working in an adult job and also playing like badminton or whatever it is. I mean, it was cool to see that they were like older kind of, but it had like a youthful tone to it, I guess. I don't know. Not I'm saying that like mid to late 20s is old and they should be like in bed by 9 p.m. or anything, but
like us.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. But it was just like, I don't know. I wish that we could get a little bit more older characters than like the teenagers, because I'm sorry, but teenagers are not, you know, like gonna be the only superheroes in a show. There's gonna be adult superheroes too.
Yeah, and usually when they're young, they stay young for like
so long,
like
yeah,
9 seasons, 10 seasons. I'm like, dang, you ever
not
grow
not the
Let's not talk about Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Ash being fucking 35. Jesus.
That's hilarious.
It's still not the best.
I thought that's also My Hero Academia though, because this has been going on for like 6 seasons and they're still in high school.
I mean, they're still in like year 1. Like
I'm kind of happy though, because then it can just go on for like ever. So.
I know, right?
We can get the One Piece like 1,000+ episodes.
Oh man, One Piece. When is One Piece set in? We need to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, we do. I feel like we should talk about kind of My Hero Academia, because it was really kind of what connected us. Yeah. I think that we can kind of touch on a little bit of things that we do and don't like, and then kind of use that going forward, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're the newbie. What were you thinking whenever I first was like, yo, you want to get into anime? Like, you should watch this one.
Yeah, so I had been hearing about anime for so long, and for the longest time I was like, this is not, like, I'm not going to be into it. And I had
do you remember why? Like, you think you weren't going to be into it just because it was like,
I don't know. Like, I don't think there was a specific reason, but I was happy with what I was watching. Like, I wasn't like needing something else. Like, I don't know. I just didn't think that I would like it. Kind of like certain shows that you're like, I don't think that I would like that. Or like, that's not my humor. Like, stuff like that. So yeah, My Hero Academia was really the first anime that I actually watched. When I was younger, I did see like Sailor Moon. I saw some episodes of Sailor Moon, and that was fine. So My Hero Academia. It was the first anime that I watched all the way through. And I'm not going to lie, I really considered stopping watching it. Like during the first like season and a half, I would say, I was like, what the fuck is this kid like crying so much for? Like I have zero
People
tolerance.
always say
Yeah, I
that.
have
It's
zero
like the
tolerance
first
for
thing.
fucking whiny ass little bitches, as especially the main character. Like, what are you crying for, bro? Um,
You also have no patience for children.
yeah, I don't have patience for a lot of things anymore, I guess. But I guess first impressions is that Deku was a whiny little bitch. Bakugo was mean as fuck for what he said to Deku about fucking jumping off the goddamn roof. I was like, Jesus. But then I ended up really liking Bakugo, which I'm sure that we'll talk about eventually. He's like one of my favorite characters in the show. He has really great character development. I'm just saying. Anyways, I didn't really understand, I guess, what was going on for the longest time because all of a sudden, like Bakugo and Deku were taking the entrance exams for the hero program together, and now that I'm looking back at it, why the fuck were they sitting together if Bakugo like hated Deku so much? But anyways, it's none of my business. And so the entrance exams were pretty good, and then Ochaku had to save Deku's ass by saying like he saved me, blah blah blah, and then basically when I really got into it, and this was the part that you were telling me about too. You were like, just watch Into the Sports Festival, and I did. So
Dun, da, da, da.
yeah,
And this girl was texting me the entire time.
I was texting her the entire time for sure.
Like, oh my god, Deku's so annoying, and like the grumpy one is kind of cute. And
Was that Bakugo?
yeah,
Yeah.
you.
I like characters like that. I like
Yeah.
kind of like mean, like morally gray. Like I don't know what does that say about me, but anyway.
I feel like that's also what brings more people. I think it's gonna bring more people to us is that you like the slightly like off-brand,
yeah,
morally gray characters, kind of the different
Like,
animes,
the
not
indie animes. As much as I hate to say that, but yeah.
yeah. And I like more, sad to say, the mainstream ones. I kind of grew up on the mainstream ones.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Oh, but if you don't like Demon Slayer, I'm kind of like, you okay?
I like started watching it. I didn't like get that deep into it. I feel like
It's just really surprising.
I know I might have to rewatch it and like actually pay like closer attention to it because I feel like it was kind of just on and I was kind of like.
I think I really liked Demon Slayer because it was so
the art
refined. Yes,
yeah,
like the
sure.
art. Like typically, from what I've seen in the past, is that the art is just kind of. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's better than I'm trying to learn art right now, and I know it's difficult, but it's just more top tier than anything that I've seen so far. Like Demon Slayer, just you can tell how much effort they put into it. I mean, obviously you have some anime, which is really, really nice too, is that they're different art styles at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of difficult to watch an anime when the art style is like not something that's like visually appealing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a good storyline, like that'll make it. But then if you have really great art style, but the storyline's not that great, it's kind of hard to stay on as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just respect Demon Slayer a lot for not only the art but also the storyline. It's a really great concept that I don't think I would have ever thought of on my own. I think it brings in like a lot of great like anime culture with like their kimonos. And
yeah, it was like what 1820s or 1920s Japan, which was really cool.
That.
Yeah.
And I like that look as well. They still do it now to this day. Like they still have, places where you can go and like try on like traditional.
They have like if you go to like any anime store, they'll have like the kimono from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like in Japan, like they have like actual like kimono,
authentic, yeah. Okay.
And they'll like teach you how to put it on because you have to put it on a very specific way, or like it's rude and not okay to wear it like that. You can't.
That's
just
cool that they do
that.
That's cool to do that. I think they should keep the culture alive for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I want that because it's like, and then the art that goes into making the kimono is just like very interesting. So I like it whenever anime brings in more of the culture in, and I can see it and be like, oh, wow, like Now I want to try on a kimono.
You said, yeah, going back to like what you said a little bit earlier about, I feel like there are certain animes that both of us like, and there's ones that I like that you don't like as much, and then there's ones that
Yeah.
you like that I don't like as much, which is normal.
Yeah.
But I do watch a little. I like kind of the darker theme anime, like kind of like the mindfuck animes almost.
Although you don't like Death Note, which I found very.
Death Note was okay. I didn't not like it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was okay. I might have to rewatch it. It's been a long time. I actually watched that. I guess I lied earlier. I did watch Death Note a long time ago, like in high school, I want to say.
Yeah.
Or whenever it like first like came out, like within the first couple years. But yeah, like Link Click is a really good one. I'm currently watching Banana Fish.
I need to watch that one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's one that I'll like.
I think you'll like it too.
Yeah.
It has that like gang member situation.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a really good one so far that I'm really enjoying. Erased is a really good one that's kind of like it has a darker theme. But I do like other ones. I love My Hero Academia, obviously. I like Kuroko's Basketball a lot. It's like one of my favorites. I like Skate the Infinity.
Oh, I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, right. It was so good. I can't wait till they come up with season 2.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, where is season 2? Can y'all just bring it out? Thank you.
That'd be
Like,
great.
yeah, it's so annoying that they haven't come out with a season 2 yet. I need it like yesterday.
That happens so often with anime, though. It's like you never get a season 2, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like somebody.
A lot of them are just one season, like 10 episodes, which I kind of like that because you can like knock out a bunch of different animes.
Yeah.
Fairly quickly.
Helps
but
with the ADHD
some of them,
brain.
right? Some of it sucks though because
you want
not
more.
only you want more, but also if it's still ongoing, like you have to wait for the release of like the sub version, and then if you're watching it in dubbed, you have to wait for them to like record that and then release that, which kind of sucks. But that's why I started out watching Blue Lock, which if you guys watch Blue Lock, it's amazing. I fucking love it so much. I was telling Marina, you have to watch it. She's like, I started, but I don't really like it that much. It's amazing. The art style, and I've said it, period. That's the sentence, the art style, period. Literally game changing. Like I'm literally can't say enough good things about Blue Lock. If you guys like Blue Lock, please let me know because
I feel like the art style is like creepy though.
It is so creepy, but it's so well done. Like, tell me another anime that you know that resembles that.
That's creepy? I don't watch that.
No, that resembles that.
Resembles what?
The art style. Exactly. You can't. Period. Case closed. I win. Thank you.
I feel like it's gonna be like a lot of people in the comments.
Yeah.
You haven't watched a lot of anime, girl. I feel like you should be.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gonna be like, this one.
Yeah, they'll be like, you're fucking dumb. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. Thank you.
No, but I'm still trying to get you to watch Haikyuu too.
Yeah, I watched like a couple episodes of Haikyuu. I feel like it's too wholesome for me. Like,
that's
the wholesome
my
ones
problem. I love the wholesome ones. I love when the underdog comes out on top.
No, fuck that.
I love when the girl gets the guy. I love when, you know.
Speaking of girl gets the guy, Horimiya, I hated it.
I can't believe it.
They were just like playing. They were going back and forth too fucking much. Like, if you like each other, then just fucking say it.
They literally got together in like the second episode, I think.
Yeah, but they kept playing that game, that like back and forth.
But I feel like that's another thing that you have to understand the anime culture on, or not the anime, but the Japanese culture when it comes to animes, because like they don't view dating like we do. Like, like in high school, like what was your first kiss? I think was probably like, I think my first kiss was in like 6th grade.
Yeah. There's like the first kiss and then there's like the first real kiss.
Yeah.
Because like everybody has their first kiss at like, what, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how old elementary kids are.
But that's in America. In Japan, they don't do that. Their pinkies don't even touch. And then if like they do, they're like,
that's
yes.
wild.
Like, you may as well just made out in America for it to have the same effect. Like, it's just different. Like, that's
cool, though. That's, like, one of the reasons why we did create this podcast and our platform. You can find us on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, at Impulse Anime Pod. And you can listen to our podcast, watch our YouTube videos at Impulse Anime, or our channel name's just Impulse Anime if you want to watch that. And we will see you if you're watching this, or I guess you'll hear us in the next one. So have a nice day.
Bye.